everyone to Two Sisters. We are back, 2023. We are so excited that you are joining us today for the episode of Two Sisters. This is our second episode, and so we're excited. As I said last year, 2022, that this was a movement that we are doing for sisterhood. This is what it's all about. Us coming together, celebrating with one another, embracing one another, and so encouraging one another. And so this is what this show is about. It's about bringing sisters together, talking about real issues that we have as women. Sometimes people don't understand, especially men, don't understand the things that we go through. And so we have a platform now that we can come together, throw out ideas, celebrate with one another, talk about things that are going on in our lives that we are able to help one another get through, so that you'll know that it's just not you that's going through the situation, that you also have a sister, a sisterhood here with two sisters that will help you to navigate through those things that seem difficult. And so again, I'm excited about 2023. I hope that you all are excited about 2023, because I know that God is going to do some great things in my life, and He's going to be doing great things in your life as well. And so I have a guest here today. This is my sister. This is my friend. We've been knowing each other forever. Forever. Yeah. I think ever since you was like 12 or 13?
12
years old. And so...
Don't ask the age now.
No. We won't disclose that information. We're keeping it a secret. But we've been knowing each other for a very long time. Miss Beverly Hanks Matthews.
Yes.
And for those that don't know me, I am Pastor Bridget Matthews, also known as Prophetess Bridget Matthews, but a lot of you all know me as Pastor Bridget. And so I want to welcome my guest today.
Hi.
Bev, I'm going to call her Bev. So when you guys hear me say that, I'm not going to always refer to her as Beverly, because she's Bev to me. And she can be Bev to you too. But Bev is actually my ex-sister-in-law.
Still sister-in-law.
But
for life.
For life, okay. But we're sisters. Yes. We're sisters. We may be ex-sister-in-laws, but we are sisters forever.
Yes.
And she has been such an inspiration in my life. She's so sweet and kind. And so I wanted her to come on because I wanted to talk to you all today about becoming an empty nester. I know a lot of you out there, your children are now going off to college. They went off to college probably in the fall, and some have gone off to college for the winter. And so a lot of transition is taking place in your life. And you're saying, what do I do now as an empty nester? How do I navigate as an empty nester? I remember, I have 3 kids, and now they're all grown. All 3 of them are grown and doing their own things. And I remember, because they're 4 years apart. And so one left, and I'm like, okay, I still got 2 more, so we good. And then the next one left, and it's like, okay, I got my down to 1, but I'm still good. I'm still doing the mommy thing, because we build our identity a lot of times around our children.
Very much. Especially being a single mom.
Yes.
You really build your life around them to make their life better and happier.
Yes.
So, very true.
Yes. And so then you kind of forget about the things that you like to do.
Yes.
And so then when they leave, you're like, what do I do now? How do I continue going on? Because I don't even know what I like anymore.
True.
Because I was thinking about this as I was getting dressed today. I said, when you have kids, you become the minority. You're no longer.
You don't have a life.
You don't.
You don't have a life. It's work, home, kids.
Yes.
Work, home, kids. So
Yes.
you really don't have a life when you have kids,
Yes.
especially as a single parent.
Yes. It's all about the children.
Absolutely.
It's all about what they want to eat.
Yes.
Because there were things that I like to eat that my kids didn't like to eat. And then, guess what? So then I didn't cook it. Yes. And you don't cook it anymore. You haven't eaten it in years because, guess what? You become the minority. And it's like, okay, so the majority wants this. And so I'm the only person that like this. So you know what? I won't even bother. I won't even cook it. I'll just cook it for the kids. I cook what the kids want because I know, this is what's going to be eaten. So there's no need of cooking something that
nobody eats but you.
Exactly.
Very true.
So it just for the audience today, when you first became an empty nester, just the feeling that you felt, maybe you felt lonely, maybe you felt like, what do I do now? What were some of the feelings that you had when, you became an empty nester?
I think for me, the first thing was, a lot of people don't talk about it, but I went through depression. I went through depression because I didn't have a life. And my kids was in sports. So we did everything. I had two, boy and girl. So we did from football, soccer, track, majorette. My whole day was full. Saturdays, I didn't have a Saturday. It was work. We go to practice. I was always team mom. So to go from that to nothing at all is like, what do I do?
Yeah.
So you sit at home and watch Lifetime. But you sit at home and you start to get depressed because you're like, my life don't have a meaning anymore.
Oh,
so, you start feeling that way. And then you see other people living life and doing certain things, with their spouses and so forth and that. And you're like, what do I do?
Yeah. Where
do I go? How do I even start to have a life of my own?
Yeah.
With your kids still in the background, Mom, I need you. But then I don't need you. I need you, but then I don't need you. So you're in that in-between transition of, okay, do I sit at home or do I actually go out and try to have a life?
Yeah.
So you have to restart.
Yes.
All over again. So that's what I call it. I call it my restart, my comeback.
Yes.
Instead of saying Stella got a comeback, I say my comeback.
I think that's so awesome to be able to say that because so many women do find themselves in a state of depression.
Yeah.
Because what do I do now? Where do I fit? I'm not, you feel like that you're not important anymore.
Correct.
Because now your kids don't have that because we're such nurturers. And your kids need you.
Correct.
And so now they're becoming adults and they don't need you as much. And so they're like, pushing you away, not in a bad way because they want to grow and they have the right. Yeah, they have the right to grow. Correct. And you have to allow them to grow into the men and women that God, that they're called to be. And so you have to allow them to grow. But in the same token, you feel like, okay, they don't need me anymore. They don't want me anymore. And it sometimes feels like a little rejection.
Yes.
And I remember, one time that we had moved to Florida, Bria and I, the youngest one, we had moved to Florida. And back to Florida anyway. And so I needed to buy furniture. And I was so accustomed to her being with me. Now she's the last one to leave home. And so I'm so accustomed to her being with me going with me, and we're going to pick out the furniture. And now she's like, at this age, I think Bria was like probably 18 or 19. And she was like, oh, I'm going out with my friends. I'm not going to go to the furniture store with you.
What do I do?
And I was so hurt. I was like, so she would rather be with her friends than to be with me? I need her. I need to go to the furniture store. So I'm just standing there, and you do, and you find yourself, later on you look back and you're like, oh my God, I was being so
dramatic. Been there.
You're like so dramatic over the situation, but it is because of that transition, and you really don't know what to do. And I remember having a conversation with Shawana, my oldest, and I'm standing in the middle of the furniture store, and I'm talking to Shawana on the phone, and I'm like fussing, and I'm like, and she's not even here, and she just went off with her friends. And so Shawana said, Mom, you're gonna have to get used to doing things by yourself.
Yes.
You're gonna have to get used to that. She's not gonna always be there, to be able to do things with you. And so I had to come to that reality and say, you know what, you're right. Because guess what? I had to grow up. Yeah. I'm pretty sure my mom probably felt, like, okay, when I decided to get married and go off and have kids and all of those things, I'm pretty sure she felt, like, oh, she's just going to leave me, And so we have to get to that point of allowing, to back off. And then we have to, as you said, we have to, regroup and grow and find ourselves again, because we often lose ourselves as women. We often lose ourselves as being a mother. Even some women who are married, you often lose yourself as being a wife. And so we have to regain of who we are, redevelop, discover.
Even what you like. Yeah. I had to go through the stage of, what do I like? What do I really like?
Yeah.
Because restaurants, you go out to eat. Okay, like you talked about cooking. You go out to eat like, oh, okay, the kids like this, the kids like that. So you have to like, what do I even like to eat anymore? What do I want to eat? And you get to the restaurant, you're looking like, do I really want to be here? Do I really like? So it is a process.
Yes. Even TV shows.
Yes.
The kids take over the TV. And so you're like, find yourself watching Barney and all kind of teen shows, Nickelodeon and all of this. And then when they're gone, it's like, what do I really want to see on TV? I'm not even quite sure, because you take on this whole role of motherhood until now I don't have to really think about anybody else besides myself. I don't have to think about anybody else.
But it feels good.
It does.
It feels good.
You get to that point, ladies. I want to let you know that you might be feeling, like you said, the depression, and you might be feeling like, oh, I don't know. But I promise you, there's a light at the end of the tunnel that it gets better.
Yes, it does. Now, I'm like, oh my God, I can go here, I can go there. I don't have to ask. I don't have to go through nobody's schedule. Yeah. Just get up and go.
Yes.
Just get up and go. If I don't feel like cooking, I go out, pick up something that I like, that I have a taste for.
Yes.
So you redeveloping yourself is always a good thing.
Yes.
And pamper yourself.
Yes.
That's what I had to learn.
Yes.
Go get a massage. Go get your nails done.
Yes.
Go get your hair done. Feel good
about you.
All over again.
Yes.
Fall in love with you all over again.
And take up new hobbies.
Yes.
Take up new hobbies. We're going to take a break.
Okay.
And then when we come back, we're going to finish this discussion, because I want you to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. said, we were going to continue letting you know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. That this is not the end, it is just the beginning for you. That you are now rediscovering yourself. And be kind and be patient with yourself. Don't think that it's just going to happen overnight, that you're going to be able to transition like that, because it takes time for you to be able to rediscover. Anytime that you're discovering anything, it takes time. And so it's going to take you time to really figure out again, what do I like? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? And what are some of the things that you would suggest? Like you said, going to the spa, pampering yourself. What are some of the things that you did to help you to come into this place that you're in now, of the rediscovery and doing things for yourself?
Well, I had to learn not to put everything into work, because that's what I started to do. I went from a transition into doing everything for my kids to pouring everything into work, working late, so I didn't have to deal with anything when I got home. So it was just like shower and bed. So that I would tell people, don't do that.
Yes.
Do not pour everything into work unless you have your own business. Then that's totally different. But as far as refinding yourself again, I'm a social butterfly. They always call me a social butterfly. I talk to anybody. It doesn't matter to me. So different places that I actually been to, I started talking to different people, and I have been meeting a lot of people.
That's good.
I have to say, in 22, God actually opened doors for me to go to other countries. Because I have a part-time job also that I took up on my own business, of course. Not going to promote it. I took up my part-time business, and that made God open the door where I'm actually able to go to different countries and different places. And as I transitioned into that, I met different people. Yes. And it's funny how God connects people. I'm going to say it as that, because the connection that I have with these ladies, some of them are married, some are not married, some are empty nesters just like me. So now I have a group, and we call ourselves the Mexico family, because we all went to Mexico. We actually met in Mexico, never seen each other before. Wow. So now we have a Facebook page. We call ourselves the Mexico family. Oh. And from moving forward, every year we're going to visit. Each one of us is from a different state. So it's 8 of us. We're all from a different state. So we're going to go visit each other. So you actually start to rebuild, and don't be scared to open your mouth to talk. I think that's a fear a lot of women had, because I had to go through it. I didn't want people to know what was going on in my home life, in other words. Because growing up, it was always what happened in the home stays in the home. So my outside life was it for my home life, that I was going through my process by myself, and you don't have to. No. You do not absolutely have to go through the process by yourself. And I think it's really awesome that you have a team of women now that people that you had never met before. Yes. And now you have a team of women that you all are coming together and saying, hey, we're going to support each other. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to do this show as well, is because we as women have to have a team, a group of women that we trust, that we're able to come together and we're able to pour into one another and encourage. And no judge. Yeah. No judgment here. No judgment here. And so one of the things that you said, and I'm going to come, because I said that I was going to promote it. She said she wasn't going to promote it, but I'm going to promote it. So her second job is a travel agent. And I think that's so cool that in rediscovering yourself, one of the things that you said to me yesterday was that
you wanted to travel. This was something that you always wanted to do, but could not do it because you had kids. You couldn't pack up the kids and just travel like that because, you know, kids have school, they have schedules, and as you said, they were into sports and all kind of things. So you were not able to just say, okay, you know what, I'm going to go to Mexico. Okay, I'm going to go, you know, to Trinidad, or I'm going to go wherever, you know, Germany, or wherever you want to go, because you have kids. And then so you decided to get a career, a second career in traveling.
My passion. It was my passion. It's okay to do your passion. It's okay. It probably took a longer process than everybody else because of my kids. And I had my kids at an early age, you know. But it ended up, God always bringing around for you to do your passion. Yes.
And so those are some of the things in rediscovering yourself. Is following things that you wanted to do that you were not able to do. I was actually today, as I was telling you earlier, I was actually today getting my lashes done. And the lady that was there, she was a single mom, and she had an 18-year-old daughter that was getting ready to go off to college. And she told me, and so I asked her the question because I knew we were doing the show on internet. So I'm like, let me ask her. So I asked her the question. I'm like, so what are you going to do now? You know, that your daughter, and so she told me, she said, I always wanted to get my MBA. And so she was like, I'm going back to school. I'm going to go back to school. I didn't have the time because, again, her daughter was into a lot of things as well. And she was like, and I haven't had the time because I poured so much into my daughter's education that I haven't been able to do what I wanted to do for myself. And so she was like, I'm going back to school and I'm going to get my MBA. And she's like, and I'm just going to have fun. And I'm like, you know, this is the things about rediscovering. It's doing things that you're passionate about, rediscovering, like, what did I want to do before I had kids? What are some of the plans that I had before I had kids? And I wasn't able to do them. Go back and do those things. And I think it's just really exciting that you chose traveling and being able to go to places and see different things and meet different people. That's really, really exciting. If it's cooking, like, you know, some people have a passion of cooking. If you want to cook, golfing, anything, any new hobbies.
That you never, try something you never tried.
Exactly.
I think that's the biggest thing too, is actually stepping out and trying something you never tried before. And I had to come out of that shell. Because I was stereotyped. Oh, nah, I don't do that. I don't do this and that. And you know what? It ended up being so much fun. Because I always thought golf was boring. I was like, that's the most boring thing. Who has fun doing that? But when you get together and just have fun, you know, even if it's you and your best friend, it doesn't matter. It don't have to be a group of women or anything. You and your best friend, just go.
And sometimes even going by yourself.
That is so awesome, isn't it?
It is. Even sometimes going by yourself. I remember I had a project when I was in school. I had a project. I was going to college, and I had a project I had to go to. We were in art, and we had to go to the art museum. And I had never been to an art museum ever. And so going and just looking at all the different art and all of that, and I was like, oh, this is fun. I really like doing this. I would have never knew that I liked doing that. And so, unless you try it. And so doing new things, finding new adventures to do. And like you said, even, you know, things that you never thought that you would want to do, try it. Try it.
It's actually fun.
Yes.
It's fun.
Yes.
My newest thing now is just going, I love to eat. So, finding different places to go to lunch. And I will go by myself. And it's been just like awesome. It's been awesome. And a lot of times, like I said, you know, just you see somebody, hi, how you doing? And you never know if that's a new friendship that's being built.
Coming out of your shell.
Yes.
Yes. And some people might be looking at this and saying, I don't know about going to lunch by myself. I don't know about going to brunch.
Try it.
Yes.
Try it. It's you'll always want to do it. Even going by the movies by yourself.
Yes.
My first time I was so scared. I was like, who does that? But it's something I wanted to go see and nobody wanted to go with me. So I went by myself, walked in there, went to the early morning show, and I'm like, is other people in here by themselves too? So, just I would say step out and just try it and enjoy life. That's where I'm at right now. Just enjoy life. That's like the best thing ever.
Yes. And then what becomes funny is that your kids then start asking you, where are you? Why are you not answering your phone? You told me to go get a life. Because they will tell you stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you all out there that are becoming empty nesters have heard your kids tell you to go get a life. Like, go get some friends. We were laughing earlier and saying, well, I thought your friends was mine. Your friends can't be my friends. But, they're like, go get some friends and go get a life. And then when you go get the life and you go get your friends and you're doing your own thing, don't worry. They're coming back around. Yes, they're coming back around and saying, well, why are you not answering your phone? Why are you not talking
Where
to
are
me?
you? Where are you? You're not at home. I'm at your house. You're not at home. No, I'm not at home.
That's right. Yeah, that's when you tell them, you know what, I'm minding my business. You wanted me to mind my business, so now I'm minding my business and you're minding yours too.
I'm going to have to use that.
So I hope, this has encouraged you all out there that rediscovering yourself is not a bad thing. And it is a process and it does take time. But I want to encourage you to take the time. Don't be afraid to go and try new things, as you were saying.
But you can also do things before they leave. Like you said that the young lady that do your lashes, she said her daughter's doing the transition, but she hasn't completely left yet. So start doing things before.
That's important.
So you can actually move right on into rediscovering yourself.
That's very important, Bam. Is doing it before they even leave.
Yes.
Start to embrace, because eventually, no matter how old your kids are,
correct,
eventually they're going to grow up and eventually they're going to leave home.
Yes.
And so if you learn now how to navigate, how to still keep things that you want to do in the forefront, not
correct,
neglecting yourself and making sure that you have that balance, because I think that's what happens a lot of times is that we lose that balance.
Absolutely.
And so if you can continue while your children are small, or even if your children are like in middle school or in high school and they haven't left home yet, you start to have that balance and do those little things that you can do for yourself. So that way when they do leave home, it's not so hard and not so difficult, and you're not, of course you're going to miss them because you're so accustomed to them being there, but it won't be as hard. And I think that, for you and I, it was hard. It was harder because we never took that time. We just dove right into motherhood and everything was about the kids until when they leave, you're like, what do I do? And you find yourself being really sad. And
you really didn't have anybody to talk to.
Yeah.
So now you have 2 sisters.
Yes. So I just want to, I want to encourage you all, find someone that you can connect with, find someone that you can talk to during your transition. Don't be afraid to open up. Don't be afraid to, talk to people and say, hey, I'm going through. And you will never know how many other people that are facing the same things that you are facing. And you guys can help each other, go places, do things together, discover things together. And so, yes, you can. You can. Because when you open your mouth and you talk about situations, you will find that there are other women that are facing the same things. And so you're able to start a sisterhood on your own.
Absolutely.
And so I just want to come and tell you all, hey, it gets better. It's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you keep pushing, keep rediscovering yourself every day. And so we said that, Bill said, I'm not going to push my business, but if you're looking to travel and you want to start like doing something new, like seriously, because traveling gets you out of your normal environment, you're able to discover new things, see new places, see new things, meet new people, and so definitely reach out to her. How can they reach you?
I'm on Facebook, TNT Queens Travel. I'm actually on Instagram also, and just reach out.
Yes. And so we're going to be wrapping up, but I wanted to tell you all, I'm excited again about 2023. Yes. We are going to be moving with Two Sisters. We're going to be doing some great things. Bev has her own ministry as well, God's Little Blessing. I have a ministry, and then one of my cousins, Toshia, has a ministry, and we're coming together, sisters, coming together to go forward and do things in the community. We're going to be going out to the women's shelters. We're going to be going out to the nursing homes. We're going to be doing a couple of conferences. There is going to be some exciting things that will be taking place in 2023. And if you would like to be involved, if you would like to volunteer, if you would like to come on this show and talk about your story, really, I want you all to reach out to me. I can be found on Facebook as well. Bridget Jones is my Facebook page. I also have a Facebook page for Two Sisters, and it is called Two Sisters. And then I also have the website, hiseverlastinglove.org. You're able to sow into the ministry. Maybe you're not able to come and volunteer. Maybe you're not able to, be in the Houston area. But you can always sow into the ministry for the things that we're getting ready to do. And so I just want to say I love you all, and we will see you next time. This is an exciting time for us all. Bye.